Hey, what's up, my YouTube fam? I'm back. This is Larry with Invest and Build Your Credit and Wealth. Today we have two very good classes. We're going to be talking about first, we're going to be talking about Tesla. We're going to be talking a little bit more, not just on the EV side, but we're going to be talking about the energy storage side, which is a very important part of what Tesla does. Then we're going to be talking about Palantir. We're going to also talk about some really good things that's going on with that company. We're going to be talking about price predictions. We're going to be talking about should you be investing in this company. I will give you my conclusion at each one of these different stocks we're going to be talking about, and I'm going to do a price prediction at the end with Tesla. So stay tuned. Hey, continue to watch. Please continue to stay to the end. That Palantir one is going to blow your mind. That's why I'm saving it for last. I'm saving that for last because it's going to be some really good information that's going to blow your mind. But first thing I want to say, hey, the disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor. This is just giving this information. It's just my opinion on the two stocks that I will be talking about. You do have to do your due diligence. You do have to do your own research and see if these stocks are something you want to add or increase the position in your portfolio. Next thing I want to say is thank you for all my new subscribers that are coming to the channel. I appreciate you. Just come out. I'm always trying to bring you solid information on a lot of different stocks. Some people just want to talk about the same stocks over and over, like there are not other stocks out there that we can be investing in that, I want to cover a large spectrum of different stocks, do the research on them and see if it's something that you may want to add. So, please hang to the end. Please hang to the end. Smash the like button. Please subscribe to the channel. You don't want to miss out on some positive information because information is money, especially in this stock market. So I don't discount no information. It's always a platform for me to continue to look, maybe rethink some things and be like, I didn't look at it from that point of view. So, just hang out to the end and just subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell for notifications and hit the like button. Come on now. So let's get into it. Let's definitely get into it. Oh, the last thing is if you don't have a brokerage account and you want to sign up, you can go to descriptions, download the Webull app. $100 can get you anywhere from a $6 stock to a $1,600 stock. You'll get 2 free stocks. I think I get a free stocks and we can all be happy. Be my Merry Christmas present, my Merry Christmas present. But yeah, definitely let's get into it. I know that's what you came to see. So we're gonna be talking about Tesla. The thing we want to talk about is Tesla and their energy storage. The revenues they plan on getting from the energy storage section. We always want to talk about their EV cars, batteries, but Tesla is more than that. Everybody knows Tesla is a technology company, right? So let's just kind of cover the basics with since year over year, this stock has been on a rocket ship where it's up year over year, 784%. But let's just kind of talk about their revenues, just do a recap for the last 4 years so it can really let you know how Tesla has been moving in the trajectory for Tesla has just been going up. So 2016, the revenues were 4 billion. 2017 revenues was 7 billion. 2018 revenues were 11 billion. 2019 revenues was 21 billion. 2020, that's expecting it's going to end at $30 billion. In 2021, they're looking at revenue growth to go up to $44 billion. Man, Tesla's on a rocket ship. So y'all can play around and act like, nah, it's overvalued. Nah, I don't want to pay that much for the price. And you're going to get caught like it was when it started off at 300 and went all the way up to 2,200. Tesla is going to be a solid stock. The growth potential, what they're doing in the market is amazing. So don't get caught slipping. But I also want to say they were included, right, in the S&P 500. So people wanted to wait until they got included. Like I didn't figure that out because now the stock was trading lower when it wasn't a part. So for me, I was just trying to see, well, what happens when they get included? What happened? How could I find out? What are there any studies out there that shows what happens when a company gets included in the S&P 500? And I found one. I found a study from the National Bureau of Economics and Research stating inclusion into the S&P 500 index, the stock will increase by 5 to 7% the month following the date of the addition. And a large fraction of that price is permanent. It's permanent. So people, my opinion, this stock is not going to go back down to $444, $416, $420 when it was trading, going down and trading sideways. I don't see this stock now that it's been included in the S&P 500. And this study, they read it, and I'm showing you so you can see it. You can see that it does not happen based on their studies. So believe me, this stock is not going to be, there may be some pullback where it goes from 585 to maybe 555 or maybe 530, but I don't see it dropping in the 400s unless something changes within the fundamentals of the company. We're going to continue to kind of speak on that to see why that's my opinion, what I'm thinking. So earnings estimate, we already talked about, 2020, the earning per share was $2.40. That's a year-over-year increase of 5,833%. The PE ratio is 244, extremely high. The sales are $30 billion with a year-over-year increase of 24.92%. In year 2021, the earnings per share is $4.04 with an increase year-over-year of 68.52%. With the PE ratio starting to come down at 144.93, and the sales increased by $44 billion, and that's an overall year-over-year increase of 44.23%, and that's an estimate. Now let's get to 2022. They're still saying Tesla is going to be increasing in their earnings per share to $5.55, with a year-over-year estimated growth of 37.32%. And their PE ratio is still coming down, which is a good thing, to 105.54, and the sales be increased to $54 billion with an increase of 23.93%. Positive. Now we talk about momentum. Momentum is always a positive thing with the stock. It's always positive to see what's the momentum. How is Tesla stacking up with the rest of the S&P 500? So 3 months going into the year, Tesla was up 30.82%, but the S&P 500 was only increased by 4.41%. But 6 months in, the S&P 500 jumped up to 19.84, but Tesla was on a rocket ship. 6 months in with an increase of 257.7%. Moving into 9 months, Tesla was still shooting up to the stars. An increase of 331%, where the S&P 500 increased to 22.14%. But year over year, the S&P 500, which is doing well, 15.37% returns year over year, but Tesla, 784% returns year over year. Now, revenue year over year growth was up 15.38%. Revenue 3-year compounded annual growth in revenues over the last 3 years is up 37.85%. And the EPS diluted year over year is a negative 154%. If you really want to know what that is, it's the growth in dilution earnings per share year over year. Diluted earnings per share represent a company earnings performance if all of its outstanding convertible securities are executed. Diluted earnings per share is considered a conservative matrix because it indicates the worst case scenario in terms of earnings per share. So that's kind of the definition of what that is. EPS diluted. Profitability. We've covered growth, that's doing well. We've covered momentum, doing well. Profitability, we're up. Tesla's up 21.14%. Now the market cap, I like to do that at the end, is 55 billion. Total debt is 15.16 billion, and the cash flow is 14.53 billion. So, they really have more debt than actual cash flow. Some people think, some people would say, hey, that's a red flag. That could be an issue. But Tesla is still in the development stage, people. Still in the development. They're still trying to develop battery life. They're trying to figure out, they're still developing other cars that are coming out. They're putting up, they opened up a mega center in Austin, Germany, and China. So lot of growth that they're still investing in this company. And as you see those facilities get revved up and pumping and the vehicles are going out, I'm almost, my opinion is the debt will continue to decrease and the cash flow will increase, right? So that's another thing that I'm a big component to understand that those things are going to happen. But overall, this company is in a super mode. It's a superhero. That's what I need to call Tesla, a superhero, because it's moving in that direction. But what other things? And like I said, we don't always want to talk about, what their EV cars and batteries are doing. Let's talk about energy storage business, right? Their energy storage business is huge. Has a huge revenue opportunity, right? Tesla vertical integration gives it the edge over, their competition, right? So that energy, they're talking about that the energy storage will at some point, like 2025 or 2030, be half of their revenues. Like the energy storage business, so, don't get caught up on just the EV sector. So Tesla management has always stated that they expect their energy division to become 50% of their company's revenue, right? The third quarter for energy generation and storage came to 579 million. That is a 44% increase over quarter 3 in 2019. And they're estimating that the company would get 200 billion annually for their division by 2033. So you see, there's other areas of Tesla that will be making money. And when you're investing in Tesla, don't just invest in them because of their EV cars. You have to invest in them as a whole company in every, in all their sectors that they're involved in to come up with a good why is it so, why should I be investing in Tesla? So Tesla has always been supplying constrained into the energy storage business. Last year, the company openly admitted it had been forced to hold back on deliveries of its residential Powerwall batteries due to prioritizing supply of the Model 3. The company did pass a 100,000 mark in the Powerwall sales this year. So if you see, they are ramping up the sales on their energy storage business, right? So, one thing, P&G expect to make 100 million savings over the lifetime of this project that they're putting together, right? So Tesla is supplying 256 megapack of Moss Landing to create a 182.5 MW -730 facility. The project should be up and running in the second quarter of next year, 2021. So Tesla, going back to when it got included into the S&P 500, it was one of the largest companies ever added, market cap added to the S&P 500, and that 5-1 split in August has more than quadrupled in value in 2020, right? But let's kind of talk about, where does Tesla sit? Like, Tesla just jumped in the S&P 500 and they jumped up there with the big boys. Apple is number 1, Microsoft is number 2, Amazon is number 3, Alphabet, Google is number 4, Facebook is number 5, Berkshire Hathaway is number 6, Tesla is number 7, Walmart is number 8, Visa number 9, Johnson & Johnson number 10. So Apple is number 1 with a $1 trillion, $971 billion market cap. Microsoft at $1 trillion, $617 billion market cap. Amazon with $1 trillion, $569 billion market cap. Alphabet, $1 trillion, $193 billion market cap. We'll skip Facebook and Berkshire, and Tesla is down there at $544 billion market cap. Now, value at a $544 billion market cap, right off the bat, they are one of the top in the S&P 500. But it's a difference between market cap and revenues. Now, when you talk about what their revenue is in the S&P 500, they are placed at 357th in the index. So that's where I think where a lot of people, have their skepticism with Tesla is really about the revenues that they're bringing, the income that they're bringing in, right? So that's where they're struggling at, So, but I believe over time and the things that they're doing, they will be okay, right? So, it's all about, charging batteries, increasing charging times, all that stuff. We understand Tesla is trying to make sure that they produce all that stuff. So, great journey. I just believe Tesla is on its way. It's on its way to being that company that's going to continue to power up and the stock price continue to increase. What do I think? Now, my opinion is that in the next year, in the next 12 months, Tesla will be trading for anywhere between 650 to 700. I'm saying in the next 24 months, I'm believing that it would be anywhere from 700 to 775. That's my price prediction. I don't think Tesla's going anywhere but up. I think Tesla is still a leader in the EV space. They're way ahead of everybody else that is trying to catch up. And as long as they can stay aggressive in what they're trying to do to bring quality things to the market, increasing on, servicing of their cars, continue to grow in their solar and energy storage business, Tesla can only go skyrocket to the moon. I believe I'm going to continue to buy shares. This dollar cost averaging. If it dips, I'm going to buy it. If it dips, I'm going to buy it. If it dips, I'm going to buy it. So I'm going to continue to buy it until I see something that has changed fundamentally with the company. But these are one of the companies. I believe in the EV space, for me, I have Tesla, I have NIO, I have XPeng, I have GM, and I have BDDYF, Boyd Limited. So I have them. They're not on my Webull account. They're on my Fidelity account. But I definitely am. I open up that Fidelity because there are other stocks that I cannot invest in Webull that I've been doing research on that I want to invest in. And I'll talk about that in another in another video. But that's my price prediction. I believe by the end of next year, Tesla will be anywhere between 650 and probably 700. And then 2020, I think anywhere from 700 to 775. That's my price prediction. Write it down. Let's see if I am right and see where we can go with that. But I just believe Tesla is going in the right direction, and we can only do the right thing with them and continue to move up in the right space. But now I need to pull up, we need to talk about Palantir. This is where it's at right here. Now, a lot of people are still skeptical, how is Palantir going to make money? Is it, what's going on? Is it FOMO? Everybody's buying it and everybody, what is it? I'm going to talk about a couple of things, research things that I've looked at, that I've done, and kind of opened up my eyes on, hey, what's going on here? And I want to bring that to your attention, and then you make your decision. Now, is Palantir a part of my portfolio? No, not today. But after all the research I've done over the weekend, depending on where this stock, where it does, if it just is it just going to get out of control and go up, or will it have some pullback on Monday morning? I'm definitely going to dig in and buy me some shares and start building out my portfolio based on information that I've really looked over. So let's get into it. Palantir, ticker symbol PLTR. Friday on the 27th was trading about maybe this may have been Saturday, $27.66. This stock has increased 152% in 1 month. That's why a lot of people are saying, hey, it's FOMO. Everybody's buying into the stock. It's overvalued. I'm not going to get into this stock. Boom, boom, boom. I'm going to wait for a little pullback. I get it. That's what, everybody's got their opinion on when they want to get into the stock and all of that. This is a new stock, just got into, the New York Stock Exchange. But my thing is, when I look at stocks, is where their potential are, is that stock, what the fundamentals is of that stock, and should I wait if it's overvalued? Yes, there are some stocks that are just overvalued that I'm not going to continue to get into them. I'm waiting for a little pullback toward the end of the year. The stock market has just been November has just been a great month, right? Just a great month. So I'm still on the fence. I may pull the trigger on Monday. I may wait till, December the 1st. I'm not sure, but I do have some positions. I'm steady. I got some money sitting on the side. I'm just waiting to cash it in to increase my growth and my revenue, right? So Palantir is technology built on deployed software platform for the intelligence community in the United States to access in counterterrorism, investigation, and operations. Basically, the market cap 48 billion, total debt 197 million, and their cash is 1.8 billion dollars. So if you can see where their debt is compared to how much cash, Palantir is in the right place. Let's just talk about some third quarter 2020. They was at 287 million in revenue. Fourth quarter, they're estimating to be up to about 300 million. And the first quarter of 2021, they're expecting their revenues to grow to $309 million. So they're looking for it to continue to move forward. So we always want to look at what earnings per share year over year. 2020 first year, earnings per share is actually 8 cents. PE ratio is out of control at 354.62%, and their sales was $1.7 billion. And then in 2000, they're expecting in 2021, their earnings per share will increase to 12 cents, which would be an increase year over year of 53.51%. And the PE ratio start coming down to 231 and then sales increased to $1.4 billion, which would be an increase of 31.74% year over year. And then they're expecting in 2020 that the earnings per share increase. So they're expecting an increase year over year of 17%, which would be a year over year increase of 39.14%. PE ratio coming down some more at 166, and then sales being 1.8 billion, which would be an increase of 27.31%. But let's just talk about Palantir, because some people say, I mean, how are they going to make money? What are they going to do? Everybody understands a lot of things Palantir is going to do is going to be government contracts. And then a lot of big companies, because of what information that they could collect, are going to be hiring Palantir. Believe me. And I'm going to get in to show you some things that, like I said, it's going to blow your mind. According to the U.S. procurement records received by the NBC News, Palantir has been awarded contracts worth more than $42 million with federal agencies and pandemic responses. This includes 2 contracts in April worth $24.9 million, and the Department of Health and Human Services to build a new platform. The HHS project, which has aided the White House coronavirus task force efforts to track the spread of the virus. Palantir an additional $2 million in May. So they're getting all this money coming in. The company has also won a contract potentially worth $10 million with the Department of Homeland Security for coronavirus tracking, and a nearly $5 million contract for works on the pandemic response with the Department of Veterans Affairs. So everybody is into this software. Everybody want to be and understand the powerfulness of this software that Palantir has using to really collect information to come up with an outcome, right? A projected outcome. That's the word I was trying to find. Palantir is just doing so many. They're moving in the right direction, and companies are gonna want this information. But the one thing that kind of blew my mind is I looked up and I looked at the Palantir Technology Class A institutional ownership of shareholders. Like, who is buying these shares, right? That's like, who is believing in this company so much that they are just buying these shares, and they are being purchased, right? And we're going to dig deep into that. So institutional owners right now, there is 179 institutional owners of this stock. Shares that are outstanding, right? Shares that are outstanding, 1,471 billion, excuse me, 1,471,830,000 shares. Man, I gotta get my numbers right. Institutional shares, right, is at 180,910,634, which is that institutional owners hold up to 12.29% of this stock. And I just got all this from the 13F filing. It's been crazy. But if you look, we're going to look at some of these companies that have this share, and I'm posting it up so you can see it, right? If you have BlackRock, that has 37,000 shares. You have Ivy Science and Technology Fund Class R, 1,869,000 and 356 shares. I mean, you just have all these different companies that are institutional owners of these shares, right? So what's really going on with this stock, right? So there are a lot of people believe in this stock. And I'll put where I got this at in the description, the link. So I'll put the link in so you can go straight to it. So you can see it and research it yourself. How many of these companies are definitely are investing into this company? So it is something about this technology that everybody wants to be a part of. So it is definitely something that is growing over and over and over. And I just don't believe this stock right now. This stock is trading at $27.66. I just don't believe this stock is going to continue trading. This stock is going to, I'm not saying tomorrow it's going to jump, but this is definitely going to be a $50 or $60 stock by the end of 2021. And it could, and that's, to me, that's my moderate, but I really believe this stock is going to be at least about $60 to $70. That's my price projection by the end of 2021. That's what I believe in the end of 2021, between 60 and 70. That's my modest. My over the top would be that this stock would be about $90, between $90 and $95 per share. So I'm gonna be building out my position in this stock. This is a stock I'm just gonna take a chance on. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna take a chance. I'm looking at the fundamentals. I'm looking at the people that believe that this company has shown that the technology has worked. That's what people need to understand. They already have shown that it worked. Now, some say, well, how are they going to get business? They set the program, right? And whatever companies feel that the information they could obtain it to make them more efficient, to make more money, they're going to pay for it, right? So I'm a big believer in it. I believe that, and then it's coming. I was a 20-year vet, technology and government contracts, and just the information that they could provide us through their software. Yeah, it's a no-brainer for me to invest in this company. And I'm just going to be honest and keep it real with you. If I'm wrong, I can take that hit. But I don't think this is one that I'm going to take that hit, especially as our society continue to move in a forward technology state where we're moving, things are becoming more digital. Technology is continually advancing forward. I just don't believe that this stock is going to stay at a $20 stock for long. But that's just my opinion. It's going to be a part of my portfolio, and I'm definitely going to be building this portfolio out. So, hey, if you got any comments, leave in the comments. Tell me what you think about it. Do you think my price predictions are way off? What do you think about the information? Is there something that you want to add? Yeah, just leave a comment. Come out, hang out with me. I appreciate you spending the time with me. And this is Larry with Invest and Build Your Credit and Wealth. And I'll be back with some more stocks real soon. You have a good day, and you have a blessed week. Talk to you later.